So you may have notes and you're writing some things down. You're going, oh, what is that? That's why I put my email address at the bottom of the front. If there's things you want, I was talking yesterday to a couple of gentlemen that couldn't be here today. I said simply this: email me and we'll get together. And a lot of times what happens now is I'll get a coach from Alabama at a clinic hit me just the other day, hey, my team coverage is horrible. We cover horribly. I said, it happens. She said, what can I do? And I said, well, hang on. I said, give me your cell phone number. And so I'll take the cell phone number. I'll film us doing a cover drill, send it. It's that easy. And so the communication, I'd like this to be a hello, but that doesn't mean we don't get deeper into this thing. If you have questions and things that you're pondering, like, does this work, does that not, or what do you think about this? We talked about everything from mission statements to practice plans. You know, whatever you want. I mean, you can have it. You can have it. That's why I built it. So keep that in mind. Segment is about speed, and it's odd. That's what we opened up talking about this morning in the lobby area. We're talking one of the things that notoriety, and I know a couple of folks have watched a lot of what we do. The thing that really jumps off the page at you is speed. And, you know, I think it's really the most important part. I did take a literary license and quoted Ricky Bobby from Talladega Nights on there. I didn't say I always watch the most intellectual movies, but you know, I loved America's about speed, hot, nasty, badass speed. It is. It is. It's speed. Speed draws attention, but speed without control is a crash. And so we got to practice both and figure it out. I put on there why practice with speed, and I hit you earlier. Max reps equals improvement. You know, you want to enhance the learning by increasing the volume of quality reps. If I could jam 10 pounds of potatoes in a 6-pound bag and there's no issues, that's a good day. And so I want to maximize how many reps can I get tonight? You know, what can I get? How many can I squeeze out? 2 more reps out of this drill. If I change how the flow of the drill is, can it alter how many reps I get? And you're going, man, that's too much, man. I'm just hanging out, coaching. Well, that's fine. But those that want to get a little bit more, there's always a little bit more in there. I'm that guy that's not quite content throwing the toothpaste away until it's all gone. That's me. And so I'm going to squeeze reps where I can squeeze them. Muscle memory is critical. You know, if you ever listen, there's Malcolm Gladwell wrote a book a couple of years ago, and he talked about it takes 10,000 reps to master a skill. And most of you, probably Malcolm Gladwell, Outliers, famous writer. But for 1,000 years, I've been preaching about another guy. And sadly, most of you don't know. I watched a documentary on him the other day. Tells you who I am. I'm Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was phenomenal. And he was an amazing man, a very bright man, but an amazing man. And he was probably the first great martial artist in our world. But Bruce Lee, 25, 30 years before Malcolm Gladwell made $1 billion writing 10,000 reps to master a skill, Bruce Lee uttered the words, I don't fear a man that has practiced 10,000 kicks. I fear the man that has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Now, if I'm Bruce Lee's family, I'm probably suing Malcolm Gladwell for stealing my 10,000. But he's got there's something there. Muscle memory is important, so you got to do it a ton. I was talking to some of the girls, and they may be here today, some of the girls yesterday, and I told them, one of my pet peeves is a coach gets up and goes, Sally, you got to hit line. I wish Sally would go up going, Bob, you got to teach me how to hit line. I don't know, just because I say do it doesn't mean you can. You know, cover. You got to get in coverage. Where in the hell do we go? Thank you. Right? You got to do it 1,000,000 times so there's no excuses. I coach to eradicate excuses. And I tell my guys, I'm going to cover everything so you have no excuses. I told you my pet peeve yesterday. I hate whining. I hate excuses. Before we start every match, if you want to know what's said in the huddle, if you listen closely and you've been there, no excuses, do the work. That's our mantra going into the match, every single match. So my job is to get rid of excuses. So a kid goes, well, I didn't know how. That's on me. You'll say it once. That excuse is okay. Check. You say it twice. Either I'm firing myself or you're sitting on the bench, because we're going to fix that. So we want to make sure we're doing it that way to get rid of excuses. Give them muscle memory. Teach them. Game like we live in a transition speed paradigm. We got to go. Why would you practice against the grain? If the game is a transition and speed game, why in God's green earth would we go against the grain and teach it differently? It's not it. Think about this when you were young, and these guys may still even do it. Do you remember sometimes in those math classes, when you were really young, they would give you a page of math problems, and they would give you 60 seconds. That was real. That was real. That's because the world is fast. The world is not a slow world, so we taught that way. Same concept. Fun. I wrote on there, speed is fun. Speed is fun. Think about it. None of you guys, and if you look and say you've never done it, you look at me and tell me you've never gotten a car and maybe just made it go really fast for a second. Really fast. We do. We do. We keep it under control, but yes, we do. You want to know a little about me? If you ever come to Muncie, you'll see right in front of our building is one of those speed things. You know what I'm talking about? Those signs that tell you your speed, and if it's 2 miles over it, it starts flashing slow down. I don't know if you know this, but if you go 10 miles over that speed, it just goes blank. It has a single line that you just blew it up. You just blew it up. So I will, I hate to say this, every day, let's say every day, I will come up on it, and the speed limit is at 40, and I'll look up and it starts flashing 38. I must get that sign to go blank before I get through it. I do it every day. And the other neat thing about it is 60 feet from where that sign is where I got to turn to go to work. My parking lot's right there. But I like speed. I like speed. But it's fun. Speed is fun. Speed is not boring. No one will ever say speed is boring. Anybody ever ride a roller coaster? You know, the greatest thing about roller coasters is when you graduate from that one that you had to do because you were this tall to this tall. Yeah, I remember my son, one time we went to an amusement park and he was wearing 3 pairs of socks. I said, Cody, what the hell? He said, I got to ride the beast. He said, I thought you were an idiot, but let's do it. Let's do it. And so that's it. Roller coaster, you ride it because of speed. We don't ride it because it's slow. Speed is fun. So I'm going to show you a couple drills that I think are speedish. Come on up here. Come on up quick, give me the balls. Where are those buckets at? Bring me those guys. All righty. Let's run through a couple of things real quick. All right, this drill can get as complicated or uncomplicated as you want. I will show you the 12-year-old version. Give me a player right here, a player right here, a player right here. All right, the rest of you over here. And you could go a line here, a line here, a line there. All right. This is called 3-man pursuit. We'll do it out of the left side of the court. We'll do it out of the right side of the court. This drill can grow as you want it to. So you guys are going to play the ball. You're going to pass it. Somebody's going to pass it. I'm going to take the ball. I'm going to throw it that way. You 3 cats are going to get after it. Yeah? One of you is going to pass it. And you're going to call it and pass it. One of you is going to pass it. One of you is going to get to it and set it. And the other is going to try to hit it over the net. In our gym, if you hit it over the net, I'm going to say something like, good, shag. If you don't, I say something like, good, shag. But I need you to swing on that 3rd ball. And so as soon as those 3 have hit it over the net and come under the net, the next 3 are ready to go. So it looks like this. Go. Go, go, go. Hit. Yes. What's your name? Stop.
Alexis.
I love you. I love you. Did you see what Alexis did there? Did anybody see what Alexis did there? Alexis Put her hands out like this. I highly doubt that Alexis' spike approach has anything to do with the fake out bump to attack. But I said, I want you to attack the ball, right, Alexis? That's called listening. It's really respected in my world. I love that, Alexis. I know Alexis can bump a ball over. I don't know if Alexis can hit a ball over. But I can tell you this, if you bump the ball over on a regular basis, you are going to get hit by the opponent. I'm not a big fan of getting hit. So I want my guys to hit first. I love that, baby. Go. Get back. Get back. Alexis, I love you. You three are in trouble. What the hell just happened there? Yeah, I remember I said this. People aren't aware of this. And because Ted told me, Helen Keller went to school here. Helen Keller is one of my favorite figures. It's amazing what Helen Keller accomplished. Do you know anything about Helen Keller? Not much. No one does anymore. That's really sad. Helen Keller, blind. Helen Keller, deaf. Helen Keller, mute. Do you know what mute is? It's on your TV. You three were the absolute prodigies of Helen Keller in that drill. You were. Because I don't know if any of you saw the ball. None of you heard me say someone's got to call it, pass it, set it, hit it, and by God, no one spoke. So let's go back, rewind, no Helen. Someone's going to call it, somebody's going to set it, somebody's going to hit it. Go. Go, go, go. Hit it and get it. Go, go, go. Get it quick. Go, go, go. Next three, go.
I go. Got it.
Nope, I love it. I love it. Even with the oop. And so hold right there for a second so you start to see. We'll go out of the left. Here's things we build on. So you look, if my 12-year-olds will run that a lot. 12-year-olds need to learn how to chase the ball. You saw it in tremendous upgrade. My group that had the little glitch. Beautiful. No. It's about making mistakes and learning. You were beautiful. They got to learn how to chase the ball. They got to learn how to call the ball. They got to learn how to communicate with one another. That's how the drill starts. So that drill will be lefts. That drill will be 10, 11, 12, maybe even 13. At 14 or 13, we will bring a setter in. And now those three will go get the ball. They got to pass to a target, and the setter will set one of them back row. At 15, 14, 15, depending on the skill level, there will be a setter in the drill right here, and the setters will fill in. There will be a middle right here. I will stand right here, throw the same ball. Middle has to transition out and block. They pass it, and we've got to run a middle attack off of what they pass. And these guys now crash and cover. They're no longer hitters. They're crashing and covering, and we're working fast middle offense. Our middles know that they have to be up always, open, available, always. And they even made a shirt 2 years ago just to make me aware of the fact that I say it too much. But you want to be up, available, and open always. And so we'll put middles into the drill. And so that drill goes from a simple pursuit drill, now it becomes a middle transition drill at the highest levels. And as your kids go, you're going, well, Mike, we can't do the middle pursuit. Then don't. Just make sure you chase the ball real well. The first way to learn is to learn how to chase. We want to learn how to chase and communicate. And then as we evolve from a chase and communicate, we're going to put a setter in and chase, communicate, and hit back row. As we get good at that, we're going to chase, communicate, setter in, and they're going to set a middle, and we're going to work middle transition. And the next thing you know, we're playing each other in a major tournament somewhere. That's how that works. That's exactly how it works. But we can't stay stymied and understand. You saw growth right there. That was beautiful. I love the group that failed. I have great respect for the guys that got it the first time, but I love when people fail and persevere. Movement sequence. Remember I said rote memory, repetition. Give me 6 guys over there. The other guys kind of have a seat over here for a second. Give me 6 on in position. Give me a setter coming out of the back row. And you look, the next 2 drills, you're going to look at and go, you do this with elite 18-year-olds. Yeah, I do. almost every night. I'll tell you how the one evolved. The one is just, people got to know where to go. And you got to get to a point sometime. If I'm sitting here and if I sneezed, you say, yeah, you don't go, what the hell is it? It's kind of religious. It's, God, I know when people sneeze, I'm supposed to. No, just happens. You go to a corner of a crowded street, you don't go, what do I do? I know there's something. You look left, you look right. Those become repetitious. We've got to put certain things in place that are going to be repetitious. So you guys go ahead and fan out on defense. Go ahead and seal the perimeter. You're good. Front row's good. Seal the line over there. That means get your foot on it back there. So, yeah, so close. I like that. So here's what I want you to think about. If I'm the right back, I want that foot facing that antenna. I want this foot facing that antenna. Okay. So spread it out. So I'm right. Yeah, belly into the court. Oh, you're fast. I like that. You guys are at the net. Movement sequence, simple drill. It's all initiated by the middle. She's going to go out. She's going to block with the left side hitter first. When she goes out, here's the two people move. I'm going to let you stay. You shade to the opposite side, just a couple of steps, right? When she goes that way, you go this way. When she goes this way, you go that way, right? But when she goes that way, what do? You drop off to the 10 and 10. You're going to be 10 feet off, 10 feet in. So you're going to come into the court a little, but you're going to be 10 feet off. You got a great cheat sheet there. That's why they call it the 10-foot line. And so you're going to straddle that line. So straddle means I'm here, and I'm going to put my belly to the target. I always want to put my belly to the target. So get ready. Ready? Middle, go left, go. Adjust. Get ready, low. Hold right there, jump, land, come back, quick, reset. We're going to block middle now. No, come back. We're only doing defense. We're going to block middle, come this way. What do? Drop off. Right there, you're good. Come back, go back to where you got to go. You're going to block right, go. You drop off, you shade. Stop. Go back. You shade to the opposite because that's our power shot. Ready? You go on your own. Go left. Quick, get back. Block middle. Drop. Get back. Block right. Drop back. Come on, quick. Go left. Go. Come back. Block middle. Go. God, get off. Go. Don't freak out. Go. Right there. Go. Come on. Go. Left. Come on. Quick. Come in the middle. Go. Go. Oh, shit. There you go. Stop. You had a beautiful shit look. But you were good, not great. And the goal is to be great, not good. I don't want to be good. Good goes back to what I told these guys. What's more important in your life, like or love? Love. Love is to great as like is to good. Got no interest in like. You saw all of a sudden people started moving faster. If you were in my vantage point, that's what I was referencing. Whoa. But remember what I said. We got to be able to move without thinking. The first couple times, there was processing. Then it started to become just what I do. Bless you. And we got to create drills that do that. So we'll do this. You'll see on my practice plan, most of the time it's dictated by this individual. This is the guy that's getting to get tired. And so we're going to go 3 by 30, meaning we'll do 3 times through by 30 seconds each. And so my first middle runs through the drill, and then I bring another middle in, switch out, and they'll go. And once she's gone 3 times, 30 seconds at a time, we're done. But we want to work fast, and we want to be efficient, and we want to talk all the way through. Make sense? You guys stay put. Give me 6 on this side. So that drill was called movement sequence, and it's just a means you can teach. You can teach so much without a ball. Quickly, we were at AAUs. We're getting ready to play a match. You ever want to beat me? Get me out of my comfort zone. So one of the things, my wife really kind of went off on me last year. We came into a tournament, and for the first time, we were the 3rd seed in our pool. And I said, she said, what's the matter? I said, I don't know that schedule. She said, what? I said, I don't know that schedule. I said, I'm a little disrupted. I'm not sure because, what warm-up wise, I don't know what to do. And She said, what are you saying? I said, I've never been a third seed. I've never been the third seed ever. And she goes, you're pathetic. And I said, I am. I don't know what to do. And so for me, we're always at 7 o'clock match. And so at 7 o'clock, we're there at 7 o'clock. We're ready to go at 7 o'clock. And we warm up, baby. And people will video the warm up. And these guys are cranking, man, cranking. We do a ball drill warming up. And everybody's watching it. So we're in Orlando, and we're not the 7 o'clock match, and we're in the AAU semifinals, and I got to warm up. I'm a creature of habit. It's it. We got to have this. And so I look, and there's 3 open courts, and they're a mile from everybody, and I thought, whoa, this is a gold mine. We're not reffing. Let's warm up. And I go down there, and a gentleman walks over, and he goes, no balls. I said, all right. I said, there's an acre between me and the next court. We're pretty good at handling the ball, brother. He goes, no balls. It's a rule. I said, really? I said, no balls. So I did what every normal person would do. I said, okay, I understand. And I waited to see if he left. And I stood there, and one of our kids goes, he's not leaving. I said, all right. So I did the drill. I said, let's go samurai dig set. The girls looked at me and said, no ball. And I ran the drill. I was hitting balls. Kids were blowing up. And they got more animated as it went. And it was pretty much my way of saying, that's all it was. That's all it was. We walked off, and the lady came up. She goes, that was the single best drill I've ever seen in my life. I love how you did that. I'm going to take that back. We're going to start doing that in our club. And I said, do I be honest, or do I just let it ride? And I said, ma'am, that was just me just kind of dropping a bomb on that guy. I said, we don't do that. She goes, you should. Because I would literally look like I was throwing a ball, and kids were running and diving. And I thought, wow. But it was all about me there. But you can get a lot done without a ball. Sometimes taking the ball out is the best way to teach little guys. The ball is the problem. If you look at our game is horrible for young kids. Soccer's a great game because they all huddle up and they just kick the tar out of each other and they move down the herd, dust. Yeah, our game, this causes problems, this causes problems. And so subsequently, if we can take some of those variables out, that's it. So the next drill, simple drill. So here's what I know. We were playing against the national champions from Japan. If you've ever followed volleyball, Japan moves better and more elite than any country in the world. They're amazing. In fact, 5 years prior to that, a guy came to me. He was doing he was getting his master's, and he said, "Do you mind?" He was from a Japanese school, college, and he said, "Do you mind if I film your team?" He said, "I find it fascinating." I said, I take that as a great compliment. I said, yes, I'm 100% good with that. I said, but even though there will be a language barrier, could you send me your footage, what you took, what you were doing? He goes, oh, yes. 2 months later, I get a thing in my computer. I open it up, and it's about 45 minutes of feet. He had filmed every movement on the court from the knee pads down. All I saw was knee pads down. And what he was talking about is settled feet, how feet were moving. It was this almost like a ballet. And all I wanted to see was feet. So I knew we're playing this Japanese team, and I'm going, we're going to get killed. We're going to get killed. They'll move like crazy. But I knew one of the things I had going for me. I had a 6'6" middle. I had a 6'5" middle. I had a 6'4" and a 6'2" left. I had a 6'3" setter. And I had a very tiny 6'2" right side. And I knew that we were very big, but we were going to get absolutely mauled movement-wise. So from the moment I knew we were playing them, we had 2.5 months. And during that 2.5 months, we did this drill every day. Every day. I still do it almost every day. This is the drill I told you yesterday. On a Monday in a youth clinic, I did it with 4-year-olds with a big optic yellow ball. It was beautiful. On Tuesday night, I did it with my team. On Saturday, I did it with the Canadian men's Olympic team. Same drill. 4-year-olds, Olympians. Size was the only difference, and the optic ball was the difference. Drill is called flow drill. Here's how it's going to work. You 6 are on, ready? You 6 are ready to go. Net, drop back. The first ball that is thrown into the court. The first ball, it's all catch and toss, all right? So you're going to catch it, and then you're going to toss it. Make my setter come out of the back row. You back row? You setter? Cool. Catch and toss. So if I throw a ball to you, you're going to catch it. Don't move. Before she can throw that ball to the setter, and I want this to be quick, so you can't just hold it and wait. But before she can throw the ball, 2 people have to touch her knee pads. So I'd say probably you and you would be a good vote. So go, touch her knee pad, setter releases, you got to throw the ball to the setter. No one touches the setter because we all know setters are divas. No one touches the setter. Setter, though, has to throw it to one of the 3 hitters. That hitter catches the ball, and before that person can throw the ball over, 3 people have to touch her knee pad. So who are you throwing to? Go. 3 people. Go 1, 2, and 3, and hold right there. Catch it. Stop. That's good. What goes on when she catches it? 1. There you go. How about my setter? Once again, I said divas. What? Go back. I love the fact that you're in. You're really becoming a crowd favorite. But you just left, but you would probably be a lot easier. Look at the distance. Come on. No, we're better than that. Nora, touch. Now you're going, but Mike, I touched her knee pad. Well, that means you got to bust your ass to get up here now instead of, yeah, I know, setting's tough. Go, throw the ball to her. Throw the ball to somebody over here. 3 people, go and hold right there. Who should be the first person to cover? Nope, why you? Okay, watch this. Go back to where you were. You stay right here. All right, what if she threw, so I like your answer. I like you. But what if she threw the ball here? Would your answer still be the same? No, so it's got to be the same. Who should be the first person to always cover? Oh, what? Middle. Oh, really? Middle's, anybody in the crowd play middle? Yeah, that's an easy position. That's a great position. Run, jump, get yelled at, close the block. Every guy that's this big is screaming at you that you're the root of all of their errors. I'm going to go not middle, but it's like a setter to throw the middle under the bus. That's what we do. Setter. Oh! Do you hear my girl Nora? Why'd you say setter, Nora?
Because they're always there, so they have to come.
Oh, so what you meant to say, I'm going to translate for the crowd. What Nora meant to say is, I'm the only person in the building that knows where the ball is going. You're in charge. So before the ball went there, you had the mental process and you went, I'm going to throw it to the left, right? Did she know that? No, mind reading is not a skill set anymore. So you knew where the ball is going. So if you're the first person to know where the ball is going, who should be the first person to chase the ball? Setter. So come back here, give me that ball. Right here, you're tossing to the left, and go. Go. That's good, all right. Got to be faster, Nora. Throw it over, catch it. Oh, go, be awake. Got to be where your feet are. Get that ball, bring it back over here quick. Quick. Right here, give her a ball back. Ready to go, ball's in her hands. Now hold right there. So I said I want to be fast. I want to be 1 Mississippi fast. That means if you wait to move once the ball is caught, you're too slow. So once you see the ball moving and you hear my girl say mine, that releases me to go. So throw it, call it, go. Who's got it? Go. Touch, setter, get the ball, setter. Go right here, quick setter, get it to hitter, cover, quick. 1, 2, 3, get rid of it, catch it, go, get to the setter, go, throw it to a hitter, go. Come on, 1, 2, 3, get rid of it, go. 3, 1, 2, 3, get rid of it, go. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. Get rid of it, baby. Go. Cover quick, go. Get rid of it, babe. Go. Quick, go. Hold. That's what it really looks like. What happened there? I think the combination of 1, 2, 3, go, 1, 2, 3, go, 1, 2, 3, go, the faster it got, freak out. And it happens. It happens in matches. I did this, I'll be really honest. I was talking about working with the Canadians. The first ball one time was thrown to the setter. And the guy, whoa, that's called out of system. You got to have a plan. First ball goes to setter, have a plan. So you can work on your whole game here. I'll tell you, they got better. It just got too fast. Slow it back down and then speed it back up. But that's how you train movement. If you understand the game, then the game is much like breathing. Expands, contracts, expands and contracts. And that's what you're seeing. You know, and you need to know, people need to know they got to go and they got to understand how to expand. The hardest thing to teach in our game is transition. On, off, on, and you got to do it. Think about breathing. If one lung collapses, you're compromised. And so I got to have all 6 expanding, contracting. That's a simple way of teaching a very difficult skill set. Does that make sense? It's called flow drill. And it's a simple way to get through this thing. I don't know what to do with my sheet. Always, there it is. So flow drill is 1. So now if you start to look at other elements of speed, why would you ever play with speed? Any ideas why you'd want to play with speed? What do you got? Beat the block. Beat the block. Little beats big when little is smart. First with the head, then with the heart. So you got to play with great heart if you're little. But you got to be smart. You got to lead with your head. So you got options of running through a mountain or around it, or make the mountain move. If you can't catch me, you can't hit me. And so I've got to move. Speed is critical. If you work in a world of clientele where you're small, you better be fast. You better be fast or have a real good idea where you're eating every night, because that's how it works. And so speed is, I put down as a great equalizer. It's the only way to negate or balance the playing field. It is, and I think you've got to have those kind of equalizers. I used this term this morning. It was a very gratifying moment. I walked in to speak at a huge clinic, and there was a coach that had a big screen out, and he's doing PowerPoints. Not me. He's doing PowerPoints, and he's talking, and I'm kind of sitting there doing what every speaker does that comes in to speak at a clinic. I'm studying my speech. I'm not listening to this dude. I'm doing my thing at that point. Trying to look, and I hear him go, that is what the pain point is of playing Munciana. I was like, whoa. And he said, they stress the reset so badly that it starts to break your team. They will get back into a hitting position while your guys are still trying to get to their defensive positions. You stress the reset, and that's what it's about. So it puts the opponent's middle on a string. The middle is the toughest position. It's a brutal position. You know, I've never met a middle in my life that in the later part of their career wasn't talking about transitioning to a left side or a right side. It's hard. It is just hard. But I want to put the middle on a string, because if I can control the middle, I can create seams for my left, and I can dictate the pace of the game. And so we do a drill, and I'm not going to demo here. We call it combination plus. Combo plus is simple. I will get out in front of the team, and I'll look at them, and I'll go, we'll be on the left side of the court, and I'll look and go, 2B, repeat A, out of system 4. And the setters just go. If your 18-year-olds were there, they would all of a sudden everybody's marching, and everybody else is going to go, what? 2B, meaning we're going to be on the left side. We're going to run a 2 ball with a 31 ball coming out of the middle. The setter will choose one of those 2 guys. I immediately throw another ball into my DS, and I'll line them up so you can see how it works. I'll throw another ball to my DS. They'll handle that ball. The middle has to hit a repeat ball. So they're going to hit a 1 ball coming out of this. I'll throw a 3rd ball. We got to set an out-of-system ball to the 4. So it sets up like this. Give me 2 or 3 left side hitters right here. Doesn't matter. My 2 middles, give me 1 right there, 1 right here. Give me a setter up. The rest of you guys pull off this way. Give me 1 setter up. Give me some DSs or pass ball handlers right here. Right here. So who's my left side? Who wants to hit a ball? You do? Get right there. What's your name?
Aaron.
Aaron, I like you. Drop off. You know I like you. Setter right there. All right, so here's what it looks like. I don't know what your vernacular is. One of the things about our sport that's really weird is we all have different calls. So for us, you know, our middles are A, B, C, D. An A is what most people will call 51 or a 1 ball. B is what most people would call 31, right in this area. We call it a B. C is the set right behind the setter. Some people will call it 61, right behind the setter. Our slide is called a D. The outside hitters are all in numbers. So the 2 ball is the ball that's hit in the middle of the court. So a 2 ball would be a ball where you circle around. She's going to run right to here to hit a fast set. You would circle around and hit a higher ball, pin high, right here. Out of system ball is called a 4 that we're pushing. So the drill would look like this. Pay no attention to how it operates. Watch the rhythm of the drill. So you're going to handle 3 balls here, so don't go anywhere. You will all cover on the last ball that's set. You've got to be active. So you're going to, first ball, you're going to run a B. If she doesn't set, it doesn't matter. If she sets you, hit it and get it. So you're going to hit, you get back quickly because the next ball right after that's tossed, I'm going to have you hit a 1 ball or an A. So it looks like this. Take care of the ball. There you go. Now hold right there. Hold. I like that. I told you I like you. You failed me for the first time. Yeah, I know. What, you got to run a 2 ball. Yeah. So 2B, repeat A, out of system 4. So you're going to come around, but you got to get back because the last ball's coming to you no matter what. So it looks like this. Ready? Go. Go. Run it. Get back quick. Go. Right there, run the A. There you go. Get back quick. You're on the clock. No, boo! You got to set the out of system ball. Go back. You got to set that ball. Go. There you go. So run it again. 2B. You were good, man. 2B, repeat A, out of system 4. And you're going, Mike, it's too fast. So is the game. You want to get better, think faster. 2, you got it though. 2B, repeat A, you set the 3rd ball out of system. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to use your hands. Okay. Yeah. You ever hear of Steph Curry? Yeah? Even though he probably could bump a ball in the basket, he uses his hands because of efficiency. I want everybody to learn how to use their hands. So it looks like this. Go. Run it quick. 2, there you go. Get back fast. Go. You're good, baby. Go. Quick, go. Out of system ball. Go quick. Boom. Give these guys a big hand. That was really good. That was really good. And so I can give you all of the things that we do in that regard, the different play sets. We generally run 2 play sets from the left, 2 play sets from the right. One thing I do want you to understand, what was your name again, sweetie? Alexis. I love Alexis. I love her mojo. I love her mentality. Alexis, anybody see Alexis B on that last run? It was straight down on our side. Alexis hit the ball right there. Straight, his bad ass down. Did anybody see how Alexis handled that? Here's what you will see in your gym. Alexis hits this ball down here, and Alexis is immediately talking to herself about how bad she sucks. That's what happens in your gym. Don't make any mistake about it. Or they'll grab the net and take it out on the net. Grab the net real hard. That's good body language. What did Alexis do? She got her butt back because she knew she had to go right again. I don't like letting people have time to cannibalize themselves. And so Alexis didn't have a chance to even be mean to herself. Alexis, there's been points in Alexis' career where she's probably been pretty mean to herself. Yeah? I don't have time for that. I don't like that. I need to teach kids to be kinder to themselves. And one way to make them kinder to themselves is speed things up to a point where they can't take time to beat themselves up. Most of the time, what I'll see is Alexis messes up the B, but crushes the A. And guess what? It's a happy ending that way. We don't end on a negative note that way. And so we're going so fast, we don't have time to berate ourselves. Does that make sense? That's important. And that will help you a lot in coaching because it helps them a lot as players. You were beautiful. And the way you did the drill was beautiful. The last ball you handled here. Why didn't you set the first ball with your hands? Not so by all means, let's never do it. Right? Okay. Yeah. I just asked her to use her hands. That was a good set, babe. And it was a very good hit. Yeah, that's it. I just asked her. You asked this morning, how do you get your middles to go so fast? I asked them. I ask them, and I ask them a lot. Sometimes loud, sometimes quiet, but I ask them. And that was beautiful. I need you to go places. I don't like using my hands. Well, then by all means, let's use our hands a lot, right? You were really, really good. That drill, like I said, we'll go like 2B, then we'll go what we call a rip hitch, then we'll flip it to the backside and we'll run a slide with a wraparound 2. So you'll just flip the whole left to the right hitters. They'll run a wraparound 2 behind the slide, and then we'll run what's called an X. It's old school. X is a or 1 ball with a 2 ball wrapping. And we just do it. You could do it with anything. With 12-year-olds, just make the ball go out there, please, God. You know, hit a 4. You could do 4 ball, 2 ball, and then a repeat 2 ball, just so they're moving and have to think. You watch these guys go from here to here. I'll be really honest, this was a drill that I was not going to do. I wasn't going to do because I didn't want to put you guys in a tough spot. You proved me wrong, and man, you were good. I really appreciate it, and I think from a teaching standpoint, it's important. Optimal usage of players. So Kate had talked to me. We too run 2 teams per court. I like 2 teams per court because here's the thing you have to think of. Let's think financially. If you run a club, the last thing you can afford if you run a club is to have a court sitting dormant that you're paying for. That's just the monetization of the business. That is how it works. So that's not good business. Not good business. You got to maximize space. But 2, the first thing that's going to happen if we're on separate courts, Dave and I are on separate courts, about 3/4 of the way through, I'm going to want to play. And I look and I say, Dave, can you come over to court 2 and play? Now court 3 is wide open. But what if Dave and I practice together? And Dave and I have a plan together, and there's no slowdown. I don't have to go over and say, Dave, are you ready? Because most of the time, one of the 2 of us is not going to be ready at 8:30. But now in our practice plan, we know exactly where we are. Let's go, Dave. Water break, let's go. And we go. And so we do 2 on 1 court, and you're going, how many people does that mean? I don't know. It could be 16 to 24. And you're going, 24 people on 1 court. It's easy. You just add a station. They do some of the job that you were doing before. So instead of you, they. And you add. Directional passing is a maximum usage. So I don't have my dots, but, there they are. So what I do in directional passing, simple drill. Sometimes I let the kids run it. Sometimes I have the coach run it. Usually I have coaches run it with younger kids. Directional passing, I hate how we teach passing. I hate it. We teach passing like this. This is how we teach passing. You ready, babe? You're going to pass to me. Ready? And I want you to say, every time mine, call the ball, my name is Mike. So mine, Mike. Got it? So right there, pass.
Mine, Mike.
There you go. Come on.
Mine, Mike.
You're killing it, Avery. You're killing it, baby.
Mine, Mike.
You're killing it.
Mine, Mike.
That's how we teach it. That is so unreal. Avery, get ready. Ready? Mine, Mike. Oh, well, let's try it again. You weren't ready. Go.
What?
Oh, I know. That sucks, doesn't it? The servers are trying to train to not serve to you. And only in really remote situations are you directly in line with the target you're passing to. It's true. Most of the time there's an angle involved and there's always movement involved, right? So we got to practice movement as movement. So, Avery, I need you and about 4 of your best friends to come here. Avery, you're first up, though, baby. Avery, you're right here, babe. You guys stand right here ready to go. Give me 3 or 4 people. Give me 5, 6 people right here. There you go. And give me 4 or 5 there. Give me 4 or 5 over there with the ball in your hands on the other side. That should be about everybody. All right, so you're going to drop a dot in the corner. You're going to drop a dot in the target. If you notice where my target is, we can talk about it afterwards. My target is always the middle of the court. I am not, and a lot of people, and I think they do it because it's what everybody always said to do. A lot of people will put their target right here. I think that's a great idea since the set you set the most is the left side, and now I'm going to move my setter 4 feet back. Your greatest gripe is going to be undersetting balls to the left side anyhow. The other thing is I want it in the middle of the court because the block now has to even up. And I'm equal to the back and the front, and I can spread the net. The other thing for me is I like basketball because if you shoot a ball and it goes in the basket, good. If you shoot a ball and it doesn't, bad. If we pass a ball into this area, we're not sure. What's a good pass? So I need to erase that, and for us, a good pass is right here, center of the court, right there. So in this court, I would want every ball passed right to, is that a Gryphon? Right to this right here. Right there. I want them to know, because we don't have visual feedback in our game. We have none. You look and you say, if the coach doesn't yell at me, then it was good. No, that doesn't mean it was good. It just means the coach is tired of yelling. And so the drill looks like this. You got a single foul right here. Right here. Give me two of you in that line. So two of you got a ball, get out here. Alexis, get out of there. Go over in that group. And go over in that group. There you go. End of the line. So here's how it's going to work. I'm going to throw the ball antenna high. I'm going to throw the ball and it's going to land right about that dot. So when I throw it, you got to go. You're going to pass. You're going to pass to your target. Target's going to catch the ball. Don't look at the ball, you catch the ball. You're going to pass, and immediately after you pass, I need you to sprint to what I call the tee. I told some of those guys yesterday, I'm brilliant. Why do you think I call this the tee? Yeah, I know. The utter brilliance shocked you. So you're going to pass, and you're going to come here and cover. And when you cover, you're not going to walk over and touch the line. You're going to come over. You're going to put your outside foot on the line, because any ball that's blocked outside my outside foot is out, as opposed to this moron, right? Yeah. I'm going to be here, belly to my target. She's my target. She's not my target, so this doesn't count. So you're going to pass, get your butt there quick, sit down, cover. Then you get to the end of the line, you breathe for a second, just for a second. You catch the ball. Don't look at the ball. You catch the ball. You catch the ball, you run to the end of this line. As soon as you hand me a ball, Nora, you sprint to the end of that line. Got it? Sprint. We got that down pat, right? Yeah. Okay, hand me the ball. Get the heck out of here. Go. Pass it. Go. Right away. Hey, give me the ball. Go. Right here, give me that ball. Go. Come on, go. Fast. Talk. Mine who. Go. No watching, baby. Go. Hey, let's go. So who should you guys be looking at? No, you should be looking at me. I'm the guy that's going to cause trouble. You guys are all watching that girl do her thing. You know what we call guys that watch other girls do their thing? Bench warmers. Yeah, so we don't want to watch girls. We want to get in the game. So get back here. Who are you watching? This. You watch me. You go. Boom. Right here. Hey, right. That's it. Go. Come on. What do you got, baby? Go. Mind who? Call the ball, call the target. Call the ball, call the target. Call the ball, call the target. There you go, call the ball, call the target, go. One beautiful thing about pace is kids don't have time to stomp their feet. We had one really bad pass there. My girl jacked the ball pretty ugly. She just didn't get there in time. But she doesn't have time because what I need, so if we have a coach and the coach is running the drill, one coach is right here, the other coach is standing right on that tee and lighting kids up if they don't cover hard. So if I can't pass gas, that's one problem. But if I can't run, that's a real issue for me. So this is about skill, that's about effort. I will grade effort harder than I'll grade skill. Skill I will teach. Effort, you may be a lost cause. Does that make sense? And I got to talk on that. That drill would go 45 seconds, and then I would simply do something really clever like this. If you're in our gym, kid comes up, they're looking at me, and I've got the ball, I'll just do this. And they'll move the dot to the center. We'll go left, we'll go center, we'll go right. When we go right, the entire target line flips. They would all flip to this side. You don't move the dot stays. That dot would move, but we go left, middle, right, right back, middle back, left back. And we go through 45 seconds. In about 5 minutes, I've passed every single position, and we've done it quick. And I get a ton of reps. You saw those guys get faster and faster. And that's it. And you'll find what kids can go fast and what kids can't. The thing is, we got to get away from processing. And the faster I make it, the faster they make decisions. The faster they make decisions, the better your life is. But we don't make decisions based on standing toss into each other. And that's a simple drill, directional pass. Good math, and I apologize for this, Scott. I found this out last night. I do listen deeply. That's one thing you'll find about me. I don't miss much listening and looking. Good math, and if you look in the parentheses there, I said, is there such a thing? I apologize in advance that your degree is in math. And so I am not a math guy. I blame that on Miss Crutchfield. She was old school. She made 5 kids come to the board, write a problem, and as they got their problem right, they all got to sit down. My life was me standing at the board endlessly as the entire class recirculated while I was still working on it. So math has never been my forte. I'd make that decision quickly when I was taking my PSAT. I tried to think of whatever field had the least math involved in it. I'd really kind of decided I was going to be a shepherd in life, but then I decided, shit, we got to count there too. And so I decided maybe I'd be a forest ranger. So keep that in mind. Math is not my gig. Good math, speed plus precision equals win. Speed plus precision will equal win. And I can attest to that. I can give you numbers that you would look at and go, shit. But you know what else speed does? Excitement. It's excitement. It really is. So a couple of weeks ago on TV, they did run the ratings, and 2 really mediocre women's volleyball games. They really were mediocre. Ohio State versus Michigan, both are bad. Minnesota versus Wisconsin. Wisconsin very good, Minnesota having a rough year. But average volleyball, not some prima donna volleyball. Had higher numbers on a Sunday afternoon than everything on TV not named NFL. Tripled the numbers of the NASCAR event, tripled the numbers of the Formula One event. You watch NASCAR and Formula One because of speed. Let's face it, you watch it because you're waiting for a wreck. I've always thought it'd be interesting if you turn like deer loose in a NASCAR event and see what happens, but you watch it for speed. Speed. But they were all watching volleyball because of speed. It's an amazingly fast game. And that's why they were watching it. So it's entertaining, but it is good math. But speed plus precision will equal wins. Cultivate a culture. How do you practice with speed? You got to put a deadline on things. You know, finish strong is a simple game. For these guys, we do it a lot. But finish strong is a game where I'll put the score at, if it's at the end of if it's in the 3rd segment, it's my last, I'll make it 12-9 because we'll play to 15, set 3. If it's in the 2nd segment, I'll make it 22-19. And we'll do a lot of situational stuff at 22-19. But here's the difference. We either do it off a free ball or a serve. And if we're doing it either way, it doesn't matter. When you get to 24, so let's say you're ahead 24-20. You go back, you have got to score that ball. So they throw the free ball to you, your team has to score. If you do not score, obviously I get the point, but you go all the way back to 19. You lose all of your points. So when you're at 24, you got to close the deal. So finish strong, we practice it. It's a culture. We want to finish strong. It's got to be fast. So you know at 24-19, at 24, we got to be quick. We got to be good. Consistency every single day, hammer away about speed. Every day fast start, every point matters. How I get points matters. And the drill, and I will save them, is the aforementioned 5-4-3-2-1, which in some people is probably called hell. Calculate it, planning is paramount. So it's got to be calculated. My culture's I have to have it. If you looked at the practice, the one segment I gave you, 7 o'clock to 7:05, 7:05 to 7:10, 7:10 to 7:15, 7:15 to 7:25. That's 10 minutes on one skill. That's crazy. 7:25 to 7:30, 7:30 to 7:35. And I can tell you almost to a T that 7:35 to 7:40 or 7:40 to 7:45 will be a serving drill. And then we'll get water. And I'll give you 30 seconds for that water, then we come back. And we go again. 45 minutes. And it rinse, ring, repeat. But it's got to be calculated because time allocation is the deal. Remember I talked about maximizing court space. 4 courts, one available. We got to maximize our reps. And all you got to do is have a plan in place and then make sure you draw it up so that you got plenty of stations. You know, in that drill, if I needed to find an extra station, maybe after you hand, you have to shag a ball before you come. Just add a station, create a station, and that's how you get rid of numbers. But 2-on-1 is really the way to go. Cantankerous. Speed. You know, one of the things about speed and you got to be a little, as my grandmother put it, ornery. You got to be. You got to be willing to, on the fly, say the things that need to be said over and over and over again. And you got to be able to speak with speed, right? I got to be able to communicate with speed. I can't be that guy that's scratching his head while he's talking. I got to have things, I got to fly. I got to coach on the fly. You know, butt down, head up, get around the ball. You know, hands to target. You just got to be able to hit 3-word things fast. You know, and you got to be always on task. How do you play with it? And I'm going to show at lunch, probably at the end of lunch, I'll come back in. I'm going to show you. The question this morning was, how do you train the middles? And I will show you a couple of drills we do with middles. One was that turn and burn kind of play where 3 chase and we got to run the middle no matter what. But I will show that, I'll give you a brief glimpse of it. The setter's the problem with the middle, because your middles will always wait for the setter to come to position to hit. I've got to get that out of the picture. I want middles just to go. Middles are always being yelled at for being late, so I need to eliminate some of those things. And so right before we start the next session, I'll show you a drill set we go through with our middles. And it's a little high level. It's probably not for 12s, but you could do it without a ball. So, positional key number 1 to being fast. This is to answer your questions. Middle transition work. You have to convince them of first mover's advantage. You want to beat them back. You want to be the first to the spot and first in the air. And you got to communicate to your guys. The middle's got to be up before their middle. And you got to constantly harp on it. But so positional thing, if I'm teaching, I'm going to demand that my middles get there first. The other thing to playing with great speed is setter work. And I said the majority of it is setter work is mental. Set in the quickest point of retaliation. You got to teach your setters where you want the ball to go. So I have a very good setter. She's small, but I really like her. The other night, for the first time, we got together and we did like a little 30-minute thing where I saw what I think may be my team before we go to the Dominican. We'll have one practice before we go, so that's going to be enjoyable. But I watched them and I looked at her and she was setting. I said, you did a tremendous job, but it's all wrong. And she said, what? I said, you got to think middle first. Setter mentality has got to be establish the middle. When we get into game management, you'll see it on a chart that I give my kids. You got to establish the middle of the court. If you don't establish the middle of the court, then you better be 6'4" on the pins. But you got to establish the middle. And so teaching your setter, teaching your middles to always go, teaching your setter to always reward go is one of those answers that you ask for. And then the last one, and it's very controversial, so I'll end with this. I told you I do the art of coaching thing, and those guys disagree 100% with me. You know, this is whether it's a conversation on the court, whether it's a conversation at a restaurant, doesn't agree. So if you played the game as a male, you will think this way. It's really interesting, the difference in a men's and women's game. Whenever I've had female assistants, as a male, I make all of my defensive adjustments with the block. So if I want to take away something, I move the block. Any female assistant I've ever had has made their defensive adjustments with the defenders. So just do what you do blocking-wise and move the defenders. And it's like a husband and wife argument. I don't know if anybody's right, but it's healthy to talk about it. Same thing with passing. The men's game. Here's my theory. The men's game believes that you can pass the ball high and let the setter get to the ball, because all speed is from the setter's hand to the hitter's. And that's a good argument. My argument is, if I get the ball to the setter faster, and I get it there faster than you, and I also have speed of hand off the set, am I not faster? I think I am. The faster I get it to the setter and they can make the decision, I am now quicker. So I don't like this. I think that it kills my retaliation rate. I like this. So Kate passing for me was passing at the top of the tape. Kate goes to Missouri, she's got to pass high. Every kid I've ever had. I've got a kid that's probably going to be an Olympian, and I had to tell her, do what Russ tells you to do. Do what your college coach says to do. And then I hang up the phone. What a dumbass. You know, but I think that we speed. So the last thing on there to play with speed, we just drive pass. We pass on a line. And you're going, well, what is the bad thing about it? If your setter's lazy, I just tell my setters, don't be lazy. And about 5, 6 balls that go by them, then they understand I got to be faster. But so we drive pass. So to be fast in the middle of the court, middle has got to always be up. Setters always got to reward up, and passers have got to chase, make them both run hard. And I will show you that whole thing right before lunch, or right after lunch. And I think you'll understand it. Speed is got to be taught at 12. It's got to be mastered at 18. That's it. That's it. Fair? Questions at all? Yes, sir. I love your questions too, by the way.
Thank you. Do you ever practice slow, or like, are there any? Because you talk a lot about practicing fast. Are there like any reasons you practice slow, or are there some drills?
Yeah, I do. There are times late in the season you'll see me slow down. I'll slow some things down if I've got to make sure something's done. I will stay on something for a prolonged period. Remember I said yesterday in the talk that good coaches aren't really captives of their plan. They can adjust. There are a lot of times where if something's not working, we got to fix this. And most of the time it's process. You just can't do it. So I slow down a lot late in the season to make sure that I'm very emphatic about what has to get done here. I'll tell you the skill that slows me down the most, coverage. Coverage makes me crazy. And you'll see in the game management piece, one of the things I'm charting the whole time is how many swings I get. This isn't a swing, by the way. How many swings I get. We play a lot of teams that are bigger than us, so we'll get blocked a lot. I don't care if we get blocked, they just can't hit the floor. And so we'll get 4, 5, 6 swings off because they're blocking us cover, score. And I just want to score. It's like offensive rebounds in basketball. It doesn't matter. If you hit 3 out of 4 shots and I hit 4 out of 20, I win. I win. You're going, your shooting percentage is horrible. Yeah, I got Dennis Rodman on my side, baby. And so I'm going to beat you. I want more swings. And so coverage, I will slow things down because a lot of times in coverage, I got to, here, get your foot around the ball. Be where you're supposed to be. And sped up, that's hard. Slowed down, it's easy. But a really good question. You do slow down at times. Yeah.
So for the combination plus, I know you said you kind of have 2 courts on one teams. Mm-hmm. Is there any control of hey, Samurai kids go together in this drill and then whatever?
So no, I see what you're saying. Separation. I don't do a whole lot of it. I don't always do it. Sometimes they will. You'll see middles kind of set up so they're going to go with their setter. I'm a big fan of each one teach one. So I practice with our 18-2s a lot, and they got to get better. I told these guys last night, sometimes I'll practice, the last 5 minutes of my practice will be with our 12-year-olds. And I'll do the same drill. And there will be a 6'3" setter setting a 3'6" kid. But we just go. And I want them to get used to making each other better. I'm a big fan of servant leadership. I could sit down with a beer on that one for a long time. Yeah.
Just a question about the time you spend as a full team versus sharing a court with another team. How many practices per day, and then how much time before those practices are you with your team versus sharing a court?
I practice 4 times a week, 2 hours a day. I share on Tuesday and Thursday. I'm alone on Saturday, Sunday. Sometimes.
8 hours.
Mm-hmm. 4 and 4. That's because of the weekend. Some of our teams are 8 hours, and it's 8 hours. I mean, they're always with somebody. Oftentimes a team that's with somebody all the way through, I'm insulating a coach or initiating competition between 2 very like teams, if that makes sense. When we're on the court, we never, you know, it's always interesting. I see sometimes people will want to split half, you guys get a half court for this 30 minutes and you get a half court. That'd be cool if our game was played on a half court ever. I don't like that. I do everything together and I just create speed to make sure no one's standing and stations to make sure we're not too deep. Does that answer your question? It's a really good question, no. Yes, sir.
Are there like lead coaches that you choose to plan those practices, or do you just kind of, whoever the two coaches are, it's up to them?
This goes back to our conversation. I did a very in-depth conversation with all the club, about 10 guys that are the best 10 clubs in America. And I asked them all the same question. How many coaches do you have in your club that you would want to coach your daughter? The high was 4, the low was 2, the mean was 3. Ours was 3. And I had a daughter go through the club. I was really excited when she played for my 12's coach, my 14's coach, and me. The other ones, I just did this. I got really good at that. I never questioned them, I never hammered them, but they got to be better. So to answer your question, the reason I say that is you don't have enough guys that are quote unquote leads. I will put an experienced coach with an inexperienced coach, oftentimes to learn vernacular, the drills, and the pace. I will put a higher level coach with a lower level coach just for teaching reasons, not necessarily teaching the kids only, but to teach the coach. It's the best way for us to, we do a master coaching program for our regional guys, and I'll have one master coach, and that's where we teach the most of our coaches. But once we get into teams, I do insulate coaches. So if I got somebody I think has got great passion, I told Dave last night, he asked, I like guys that just love volleyball and love to teach. You know, most people can't coach, but everybody can teach if you give them a chance. I think you got to become a teacher before you can become a coach. And so I'll oftentimes take a good coach and put them with a kid that I think is going to be a good teacher and start to bring them that way. But like I said, I'd rather have a good person learning volleyball than a good volleyball coach trying to learn how to be a good person. It just causes a lot of problems. And this is about molding people, and I want good people in the mix. Does that make sense? And we'll always try to teach our coaches that way.
Thank you.
Good question. Yes, sir.
During COVID, they used to have the two teams warm up, one on one side and one on the other, and that simultaneously. Mm-hmm. So if you have two teams on a court, you could either split it one on the one side, one on the other, or split it the long way.
Yeah, the question was about COVID and how they used to do warm-ups and whatnot. You can do that. You know, the one thing about it was, I didn't hate COVID. You know, I remember at the end of the New Year's, and everybody was flushing the toilet on COVID. It was a wasted year. I had a really good year. COVID, I got to stay at home with my family. It was beautiful. Believe it or not, and this is probably the one that's going to really kick things off, I had a baby during COVID. I went and had another one. I love children. And so COVID was good, man. COVID was really good. You know what I love about COVID? I didn't have to pretend to really like you and shake hands after a game. I love that. And, you know, I didn't have to say, I don't know what the hell gluck is, but I think that's supposed to be good luck. I didn't have to go through and gluck, 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 gluck. I never understood why we switched sides. So I love COVID. There's a lot of things to come out of COVID that are good. And I think one is what you're talking about, the ability to be separate but equal and to do things on your own side. It's a great point. Yes, that whole thing, I think there was a lot of learning involved in that. And I think that some of our game got better because of it, and some of it was that. You know, if you remember the old days, both teams warmed up at the same side at the same time. In the old days, Ball State would be here hitting, and Ohio State would be right here hitting on the same court. So, a lot of things.
So that drill that you were having them all, you were tossing. And
directional passing.
Yeah, directional passing. I was just thinking about how I could adapt that to service C, but my main thing is like, how would you structure it so that if a player commits an error, that kind of holds up the drill. So like say my guys, I had a tournament yesterday, one of my guys was struggling passing from the one. So I wanted to maybe adapt this to serve from the one, to serve so that he's passing to the one, but if a guy misses a serve, that kind of holds it up. How would you structure something in that regard so that?
I think that one of the things you hit on that's very important is adapting everything. I did a thing several years ago called kinesthetic passing. Kinesthetics is a term for body awareness, knowing what your body's doing. And it was this little drill, and I would do it with little guys, and they would do a somersault or forward roll and get up and have to pass a ball. So they would, as they were in the middle of the roll, I'd be tossing the ball, teaching them to kind of find their body, find the ball, and pass. And a guy came up, I was down in Alabama, he said, Coach, and you gotta love Alabama. It was, Coach, I'm telling you right now, that calisthenics drill, I'm going, what the hell is calisthenics drill? I said, kinesthetics? He goes, yeah, calisthenics. That calisthenics drill, my kids love passing now. I said, really? He goes, shoot, yeah. They'll do a flip-flop one time and do it. Flip-flop, I think, is Southern for forward roll. And then he goes, but I tell you what, we do cartwheels now, Coach, and do it. And they're passing like crazy. And I thought, cartwheels, you just ruined the drill. I said, when in the hell is a kid going to do a cartwheel in the middle of a match? But then I thought, you know what the hell, they're passing. So taking and adapting a drill is exactly what I've done. I've seen so many times, I'll look and go, I love this drill, and they'll go, it's yours. We just added this. So the answer to your question is you tweak everything. You tweak everything. Maybe you make it so that it's only going to zone one for that period, but you explain, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna run directional passing. We're gonna work out of the center passing to one, sliding to one and pass. And maybe your drill isn't from here, but your drill is from there. And we have to work outside, because the problem you're talking about in 1 and 5 is your passers are going out, and subsequently they're blinding people in the stands by shanking balls out of bounds. And so you just adapt it. You change it for what you want, if that's your issues.
So sorry, maybe I didn't explain.
Right.
The question clearly is that, like, so if I were to adapt it so that instead of you tossing, I'm having guys serve.
Oh, no. Yes, I see what you're saying.
So, like, if they miss a serve, that kind of holds up the drill.
Yeah.
How would you rectify that to keep the flow going?
No, those guys grab their ball and go. They grab their ball, go back to the end of the line, next guy goes. And so we do it off of a serve.
Okay.
We'll do it off of serve. We start, and I would suggest this for you. I don't see them, and I think it would be the one thing I would address, boxes. So we'll come off of boxes. We'll come off, those guys will initiate. So we go from coach toss, player toss, box, and then down on the floor. And if you miss your serve, that guy obviously got nothing out of it, so that guy stays. You miss your serve, you shag your ball, go back to the end of the serving line. And so we're working on what we're worse at. If this kid can't serve a ball over the net, then by all means, let's let him get away with serving the ball in the net. No. Go until you get it right. Does that answer it?
Yeah, okay.
And then, but I was talking about adjusting it to special sets, special circumstances. That drill could be easily adjusted to work on 1, 5, wherever you want to go. Does that answer?
Yeah, so in that scenario, if a kid misses a serve, everybody else on the other side would just stay until they...
Yeah, but you look at the pace is so quick that it's not like they're standing around doing Sudoku. Yeah. I mean, they're going. The next guy is ready to go. Next guy up is ready to serve. So his weight is just enough time to see the ball in the net, and the next guy load up. So it's quick.
Okay.
That's a good answer.
Hey, Coach, question for you. How do you go about delivering feedback for players people that actually makes difference, right? So you're speaking to a bunch of, including myself, not young coaches, but new coaches. Mm-hmm. So one of the biggest issues is, how do you teach, how do you get feedback with a purpose? Right, pass better and just get nice and low, and that's your feedback, but then you don't say, hey, go against the wall and just practice 50 passes against the wall. Just curious to see how you take that.
Question is feedback, and how is it presented? First of all, it's clear. Second, it's very honest. The longer you would spend with me, you would understand that I'm a very straight line people. I believe volleyball is a straight line game. If you ever watch how the game is played, it's played in lines, not in loops. Loops are slow. Loops are slow, lines are fast. So my middles are very line-oriented. There's never a loop. My communication is very line-oriented because I value time. And so I've got to be concise. So clarity, concise, and clarity and concise are oftentimes honest. And honest is oftentimes not liked. And so I will give my immediate response, but my immediate response is kind of what I was telling these guys. It's usually 2-3 words. Butt down. Or I can stop and, you got to get your butt lower. Pass between your knee and navel. Hands away from hips. Thumbs to target. Really quick, concise, choppy comments on the fly. Then when we stop and there's a break, now I can elaborate. Hey, you guys were really good, but you got to get a little bit lower. I got to drop your tail about 6 inches. Then maybe I'll put a drill in where there's a box and they got to tap their tail before they pass, because I think it's critical that you feel what I'm saying versus hear what I'm saying. And you got to slow it down. The last part of what you're saying is, I think you've got to teach your kids to master the art of a lonely practice. Meaning, you got to teach them to be participants in their own rescue. You provide impetus. Hey, I need you, pass 50 balls off the wall, kneel on your left leg, pass 50, kneel on your right leg, pass 50, before we practice every day. Every day. Every single day. It's one thing, coaches will always give kids reasons why they're not playing, but they don't necessarily give them plans how to get to playing. And you got to provide that. A lot of getting on the floor is lonely work. You got to work on your own. Does that make sense? But I think that's how I would do it. In the drill, I don't stop the drill because 11 kids may be doing it right. I don't stop the drill. I give constant feedback on what I see. You said older. The more experience you get as a coach, you'll understand hands away from hips is a really critical juncture of passing. Pass between the knee and the navel is really critical. Kids don't know navel, so you're going to have to go belly button. And then thumbs, wherever your thumbs go, the ball goes. Kids will do this and wonder why the ball went that way. Wherever my thumbs finish is where the ball goes. And they're simple little things. Find, and I think I still have it if you email me, I'll send it to you. Simple cues for every skill set. Every skill has 3 or 4 common denominators that can be belched out quickly. And chances are if you belch it out, you're right. You're right. And they need feedback. They just need feedback because feedback provides hope. My favorite word in the entire language is yet. I will tell kids constantly, you're not very good yet, but we'll get there. We will get there. And I think it's got to be honest, but you're not very good yet is honest. Because I think the key to becoming really good is you have to be self-motivated. And the only way you can be self-motivated is to learn how to self-evaluate. And the only way they learn to self-evaluate is you've got to give them the parameters by which they're graded. Does that make sense? And that gets a little long, but I think that may be a fair answer.